Yeah, so I'm sleeping, right? I'm making a video, Rose. So I'm sleeping, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Brandt's up and he decides to go and cook, and I sleep on the couch, or I was sleeping on the couch. And the kitchen's an open kitchen, which is just here. And yeah, I'm here, right? And at 11 o'clock in the morning, he decides, I think they were porterhouse, he decides to cook while I'm asleep, I'm dead asleep. He wants to cook 2 porterhouse steaks with the butter. He wants to cook that, and it sort of stinks, right? This is 11 o'clock in the morning. It woke me up. I was dead asleep, and I just thought, and I said to him, and I'd just woken up, and I probably said in a not very nice voice, but after all, they're just words, and there was a reason why I had my tone, and it could have been nicer, maybe, but I'd just woken up, and there was a reason, and the reason why was he fucking woke me up out of a dead sleep from 2 fucking cooked steaks, which he'd only just started. I'd only just let him do it. And then I woken up and I'm going, "Are you cooking steaks?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, I said something like, "Are you for fucking real?" Something like this. And then he's gone, "Oh," and he's turned it off, and he's gone in a huff, and he's walked away from the stove, right? And I'm like, You're not pretending that what I've done now is the reason why you're not eating your steaks." And he was hungry and he didn't have much food, I think. And I said, "I'm not the reason why you're not eating them 2 steaks now, is it?" Because I could see he was like, "No, how dare you?" The dude had just woken me up from cooking steaks at 11 in the morning. Right? And he's gone, "Oh, you should have been awake." And I'm like, what the fuck? I could have been asleep at 6 o'clock in the morning for all you know. "Oh, I didn't know that." Something he said, and he storms out, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So I've yelled a couple of things out. Then I've thought, fuck this, I'll cook the steaks, and he can eat his steak, because I'll be damned if he's not eating it because he thinks it's because of me. And he's trying to put that guilt trip on me. "Oh, look what you've made me do now. I'm not eating it." It's like, get fucked. You got to be kidding me. And then, so where'd I got to pause it? So I've cooked the 2 steaks. I thought I'll have one and he can have the other one. And so I've cooked them and gone and taken him to his bedroom door. And I'm going, like, "Here, man, I cooked the steaks." "Oh, I'm not having it," or something. In this fucking poor me voice that was just like, what are we, fucking children? So I've gone, right, fucking, basically you're a cunt. And I've just put the steak down at his floor at the bedroom door. And it was a sort of a test. Like, I sort of half knew what I was doing with cooking the steak, because then I said to myself, if he walks over that steak and doesn't move it right from the floor, that's it. This cunt. That's it. He's just out right now. I've had enough of him. And when I say, "Oh, this cunt," it doesn't mean I'm going to get violent or nothing, because the truth of the matter is he crushed me, Even used the threat of violence later on. "The way you talk to me, I should come round and break your neck," or something he said. I'm like, what's he going to throw that out there? Like, as well, like you'd honestly go to that resort, would you, Brandt? Because of this. And because I was telling him, "You're just a fucking idiot. You're just such a fucking dumb cunt," I said at one stage. And that's because the guy's just done this right at the end of when he has to leave the house, which I'd extended, and he tried to say to me that oh yeah, I just did the work at your house. I just did the work at your house, and that finished, and then you kick me out, Like I'd let him stay here right up until when my wife and daughter were coming home, and he was supposed to be out a week earlier, and no, I didn't. I had no problems with him staying in, and so he had to leave anyway, and I'd cracked it. So I'm like, just get out, get the fuck out, and like to pull a stunt like this, right at the end of when everything was going to be fine, and it's just what happens when people. What did I want to say about this, Brandt? But people at the end of, say, a physical relationship, like you have to move out from somewhere or there's just an inevitable split up, quite often the parties, and more so one person, will kick off negative stuff as a way to make it easier to separate. It's like we sabotage the separation with bullshit just to go, that fucker doesn't matter to me anyway, so what, And it's like that. But I was going to say something else. I need to think about it. Yeah, I wanted to say, all of this is to Brandt as well. I'll never turn anyone away. No matter what anyone's done, I'll never turn them away. They knock on my door and they need a place to stay or something to eat or whatever, and I can give that for them, not a problem. I don't hang on to stuff. I processed and gotten over Brandt's stuff pretty quick, but Brandt, you've wanted to hold on to it, not me, sunshine. You've wanted to hold on to this, okay? And so I've got no problems but I'm not going to apologise and I'm not going to meet you halfway, because the fact of the matter is, Brandt, you're like, out of you and me, 9 times out of 10, if we both had to perceive something, right, you're going to be way off perceiving compared to the way I perceive it. That's just that. Like, I trump you. That's the truth. Physically, you trump me. Good on you, but there's also something else about me, Brandt, where I don't think even if you tried your hardest, you wouldn't be able to kill me. You just wouldn't be able to. And don't give it a go. That's not an invitation to crack the shits for something one day and go, oh, he said that, so now I'll give it a try. I've already had Nino look at my head. That scar, I've already had Nino headbutt me as hard as he could with the intent of wanting to kill me. It was in his face when he did it. I'm sitting down, he's standing up. I'm on a bench. And his intent was, I'm going to give Wazza the hardest, because he knew it wouldn't hurt him. And then it was, so I don't need any more of that bullshit. Like, we're not children, Brandt. So you're welcome here. You're welcome to still, like, I've never considered us friends or not friends. I just consider everyone as a person that's in my life that deserves my attention for as long as they deserve it. And I had to, after that, because it was a stunt, Brandt, what you pulled. I did absolutely nothing wrong, motherfucker. I just told you what was what. That what the fuck are you doing? That's what that was. The way I woke up and spoke to you was, what are you doing? And I think what happened is, you went into shock. You knew that's what I was going to say. You went into a type of shock where deep down you fucked up, but the person doesn't want to admit to themselves that they have fucked up, and so they just continue on this trajectory of just being wrong, capital WRONG. Okay, not me. You can take it as you like. If this is too hard for you to deal with, Brandt, then that's fine. I don't need to spend time with you. But if you want my time, you're welcome to have it. It's that simple. I'm not a cunt, right? You deserve people to tell you what's what at times, and that you're a dumb cunt. Because half the time, you just do stupid shit and just look at stuff in a weird way, like just in a bizarre weird way, and you just think you're right. It's like dudes who are on on Idol, and they're in the auditions or X Factor or whatever, and they sing and they're just so shit. And I'm not saying you're so shit. Like, I've seen you dance. It's like Nino's dance. Okay, I've got respect for you because of that. Immense respect for you because of that. You've got some of his signature moves. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, and they just can't sing or whatever. They're out of tune, and they're just devastated when they get told they haven't made it, and they can't understand why. And it's because they have a perceivement of themselves that is just, they can't see themselves. And sorry, dude, part of you has that. You have an inability of actually stepping out and unbiasedly seeing yourself in the correct light. Not with everything, but with certain things. That's what happens with you, dude. It happens with me too, but on a far less level, my friend. On a far less level. Yeah, like, so it's cool. It's like, whatever, no matter what anyone sort of does to me in the end, it doesn't, how I feel about them doesn't really change. With my sister, I'm having a time working through that. But if she come and talk to me, I'd forgive her. I'd forgive her. If she just came and talked to me, if she knocked on my door, I'd welcome her in. Because I want to understand as well. But what she's on about. But anyway, I just, Brandt, I'll never knock anyone back, okay? I want you to know that. So, but I'm not meeting you halfway, bro. Not gonna happen. You got to admit to yourself, my friend. That's just how it is. The 2 comes after 1, 3 comes after 2, 4 comes after 3, Brandt. Okay? And you're a number after me. That's just, the truth. And so you've sort of got to put your ego aside and just know that that's how it is. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have a perceivement that's more correct than you. And I've proven it multiple times in our conversations and whatnot. So just some truth. Just suck it up and deal with the truth. So I hope I hear from you. And because I'm going to send to Signal for you to look at this. And I hope you watched the whole thing. And I got out what I had to get out. And that's that. I just move on. Like, people do shit to me, have done shit. I've just been thinking before, like, people have done shit to me. Every single human being that I've met has done bullshit to me. And I haven't gone them first. 9 times out of 10, the person disrespects me accidentally most of the time, but it's always accidentally on purpose, disrespects me first. That's 9 times out of 10. With you, actually, I pretty much disrespected you first, which I won't talk about here, but actually with you, depending what I remember of, you caught me on a you pretty much, I'm pretty sure, caught me. That almost happens with no one, Brandt. I'm sweet as pie. They just will do something that fucks with me. Like, just even something small. And but with you, it was the other way around. So maybe that's sort of our issue. But, you know, it's just about knowing who's in what place. I got my place, you got your place, and that's that. But I won't go on about that anymore. Yeah. Hope you're doing alright, dude. And take care. I'll hopefully talk to you soon. See you, man.